project started when our teacher Helen Huang went to China and was discussing a possible collaboration between Chinese and American actors. And they began Skype sessions between our director Hébert and Fanlin, the director in China. And so through Skype conversations and many going over theirs, they finally decided to do a Midsummer Night's Dream and to do it this way with half Chinese, half American casts. So we auditioned and got in, and now we're here.
When I was invited to teach a master class at the academy, they said, let's collaborate more. Let's do a show together.
You want to say yes right away, but honestly, I was like, I have no idea how you would do that, which was the reason to do it, because no one knew how to do it.
In 2012, students and faculty from UMD and NACDA came together to produce a single play in 2 performance styles and 2 languages. The Chinese presented their half of A Midsummer Night's Dream in traditional Chinese opera style, while the students from Maryland used bluegrass music and aerial ballet to perform their half. In August of 2012, the 2 teams met for the first time in the USA to merge their parts into a cohesive whole, half in Chinese, half in English. The play was presented in September in the USA and in October in China. Both runs sold out completely.
These folks came over here and they're experiencing our university. They're experiencing our campus, and they love it. And so it's with a lot of pride that we can share. Somebody else. And half of the show is being put together in China, and the other half is being put together here. We literally have split the play into 2 pieces. So the court, the lovers, Oberon, Titania, and Puck are all coming from China. We're doing the mechanicals, and we're doing the fairies.
So Act 1 in the court, we have a beautiful polished bamboo floor. It's very clean, very minimal, very angular, right angles, strong sense of verticality.
That's who he is. Yeah. He's that character. Exactly. All of us are trying to figure out like who these guys are. So you know that we have a woman playing Muscle, right?
Now I do, yes.
You didn't get the cast list?
Yes, but I mean, I
Riley.
didn't.
I could do it.
Well, I mean, what was traditionally done there would be that they would become Titania and Oberon. And if that's, I think I would rather see it go that way. I would rather see them step into the roles of Titania and Oberon, which means we wouldn't have an Oberon, but you know what? We don't have an Oberon here.
您说的传统，就说这个公爵和这变成 opera 和 Titanic， 它不能见别的。
Fanlin, my co-director, came over here actually in February of 2011. We began to talk then, like, is this even doable? Is this something that, could we do a play in 2 pieces like this?
How did it go today?
Very good, very smooth.
With 2 directors, right? It seems like there's more of a potential for conflict than there is for there to be meshed, right? One person has one vision, one person has another vision. How are they meshing their ideas together?
我跟历史教授第一次接触我们之间的艺术观上是比较能够相融的。
Actually, I am very surprised at what's going on here in my cooperation with Mitch. Ever since I got to know him, I found that there are a lot of similarities between us professionally.
Good Peter Quincy, say what the play treats on. Then read the names of your actors, and so grow to a
What
point.
parts of the play have been the most difficult? Cultural, production-wise, language barriers, visions. Like, what part really stands out?
Well, I think what's been really surprising is just how easy a lot of it's been. I really thought that the language barrier was going to be a much more significant problem than it has been.
史密克利，出来！你这个胆小鬼！山的，给我出来！拿山的！
I mean, we read in studies that 90% of communication is through body language, and it really is, which has been magical to watch the cast really bond and get together. In terms of the most difficult process for me, when the Chinese arrived, they had adapted Shakespeare quite liberally.
In the Chinese tradition, there is no stage manager who coordinates all of the theatrical elements and calls the show. It took some nuance and compromise between the Chinese performers and technicians and the stage manager, Ruth Watkins, to institute this American tradition of centralized stage management. It helped that Ruth is fluent in Chinese and can perform her job in both languages.
So there's only so much you can do to prepare yourself for the unknown, obviously. But at least we walked into it knowing that we were going to be blowing some minds with, how things work and how we do it. We were lucky that I think the Chinese group came to us first and that we produced it in Maryland first, because we got Fanlin to understand the importance of what we do. And I mean, he has been the one who from the beginning has been like, Ruth absolutely has to call the show, she has to lead the text, she has to do all of that.
this got a little bit like one level, so I think just also maintaining, you know, just longer point, shorter point. I think these fittings are happening more organically. So I think a lot of it is just seeing it on the actor, and so we're changing a lot of shapes. And the thing is, they move as like a group. There's 4 fairies, so once you sort of make changes or shifts in one, then those shifts sort of happen in the other, and then the other.
But I had started working with them and training them on just some basic aerial skills. One, for me to see where they're at. So strength can be built fairly easily, but body awareness is something I really needed to see, like how much these guys understood about themselves, because once you leave the ground, all you have is you. You always know that gravity is there, and you try to make it your friend even when you're in the air. So one thing, if you notice when they're in the air a long time, they do this little foot lock. And that's when I taught them from square one how to do it on the ground, and then we learned to climb and do it. Basically, I tell them that's your new floor. Once you make the lock, that's your new floor.
So we had several meetings just to figure out, could it be done? How would you do it?
It was very interesting to find that the difficulties we expect to happen didn't happen at all. It turned out not to be a big problem because we can communicate with each other with our body language and eye contact.
I just became fascinated with how similar we were and how much we could learn from their storytelling and how much I think they can learn from our storytelling, where we meet and where we're different.
It is well known that the US and China, they have different kinds of performing arts, so it is very challenging for us to blend the Chinese elements with American elements.
Many of the cast are undergraduates, and so this stage was, in addition to being a performance space, a classroom as well.
We took a semester-long class just to kind of integrate us and to get us knowledgeable about Chinese customs and Chinese theater, what we were going to try to present on stage.
I have learned through this process that art and theater and the magic that brings us together here is a lot more universal than I had previously thought it was.
I learned. I learned that dreams really can come true.
I learned that there's not nearly as many limitations on doing, unusual, unique things like this.
That's what I didn't learn. Yeah, what did I learn?
very excited to work with you guys.
这个第3幕的第1场中，就是和波顿他们在一起了。这点戏我们是根本没有排的，就是第3幕 Act 3。
He's saying that the next enchanters is in Act 3, is according to
我
what
们
they've
这
got.
点。
的时候 the next was very peerless. Hello. Any quiz? No, the bell's man there? Stop, the teacher. Stop. God's my life. Stolen hands and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought it was. There is no man who can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, nor his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was.
The performances ended moments ago. The actors are in the back taking their makeup off, saying their goodbyes, getting ready to travel back to the United States or go back to class tomorrow. And already the stage is being dismantled. What took years to build will be torn apart tonight, and by tomorrow morning this will be a bare stage. The set pieces will either be destroyed or put back into storage. The lights will be taken down. The costume will be shipped back to the United States or stored away.